dox me and explain how. So first we have to explain the mistake that happened and how this occurred, okay? And then I'll explain why he's still a doxer anyway, and then I'll explain why it doesn't matter to even address this and how it would actually work against us all and wouldn't even matter after we release what we will, okay? So, well, like I said, I was under the impression that this is that this address was only used for the copyright claim against Dapperton, but I also use it for something else. And now I don't know which one of you were in the room when I was doing this, but I asked Bunny Boy, I forgot his fucking screen name. What's the dude's?
Riley. Baby Bunny Riley.
Riley asked me for some fake docs information, and me and him had a plan to for him to pretend to be on Batco's side and give him this docs information to attempt to entrap these people in a honeypot in which, of course, the docs was fake, obviously. But I wanted him to give Batco and friends fake docs information via a sock account, which he pretends to be on their side, offering them help, to see if, one, they would take the bait, and two, how far they would go with it, and three, this would give us a chance to set them up and show how, given the opportunity to dox me, that they would do so anyway. Now, giving out that fake information to Bunny, in which he did give to Batco and friends, it actually made it to Batco and friends. And not only did Batco and friends pass it around, which Ash claimed did happen, so they did grab a hold of it and they did take the opportunity to use it against me because they suspected it was. Not only that, but it reached as far as Jim Jesus, who made a Twitter post that said that he has my docs. Now, we all know that Jim Jesus has been creating slanderous videos, purposely misrepresenting the content of all our podcasts and everything we released so far in an effort to deplatform us, and he is working directly with Dapperton. So if we have somebody working directly and cohorting with Dapperton in an effort to deplatform us, who took hold of that fake docs information in an effort to harm me with ill intent and all intended purposes. One second, I'll rip it. There is literally no difference between Dapperton doxing me himself or him having knowledge of my docs being released and cohorting with the person who planned on releasing my docs and is claiming they have it all over Twitter in an effort to deplatform me. So even though Dapperton did not directly dox me, he still is indirectly participating in the doxing of myself by knowingly empowering somebody and hiring somebody to deplatform me who he's directly working with, who he also knows is running around spreading my docs. And he's cohorting with all these individuals as well, which makes him just as guilty. I'm pretty sure if any one of us as a group started running around doxing people, for example, if you, Journey, or whatever, any one of you started running around doxing people, I would not stick around and continue to cooperate with you. I would disassociate myself, okay? Therefore, if I were to stay while you engage in these activities, I would not only be knowingly participating in it and helping you and helping empower you dox somebody, but I would be a hypocrite myself. So Dapperton still is a slime bag doxer. That statement is still correct because of what I explained. The statement that is not correct, that we were false about, is that he may have not released it himself directly because I did use that address for another purpose in which I forgot. That was my mistake. It still could have been possible that he did. But the original statement of me saying that's the only way obviously isn't true because I forgot I gave that to somebody else for the purpose of entrapping these people like I said.
Yeah, and honestly, Dapperton's response is fucking hilarious. Oh, no, I didn't dox you. It was somebody that I'm a close associate with, and that's how I got the information. Now, don't accuse me of doxing you, or I'll file a slap suit against you. Oh my god.
Yeah, I had Zorro actually try to call. He did call me, and he sounded kind of worried that Daps was going to dox him. I had to reassure him that's like he doesn't know who we are, even if he had a basis for doing so.
Let me finish. This is important to reestablish my point. So now let me ask you a few questions, Eso, and I'm asking you. I'm not asking anybody else. I'm asking you. Has Dapperton slandered you multiple times, knowingly and purposely, with ill intent and to harm you? Do you feel like that he has done so? Yes, sir.
Yes, I do.
What?
Yes, I do.
Wait, what did you say?
I said yes, I do. Fucking surround.
Okay.
Fucking surround sound.
Good. And okay, good. So has Dapperton ever apologized for doing any of these things, even when he made a mistake and misinterpreted the facts? Did he ever go back on those and correct them, or did he just continue to spout them out even when he knows he was proven wrong?
No, he doubles down. He doubles down every single time.
Exactly, and this is why I wanted to bring everybody in here, because Eso is the logic out of the most logical one of the three of you, and Filthy, you were so ready to assume the first message from you was, "Did you trick me?" Okay, so this is the trap that you're falling under, and Journey, not only that, but you're falling under this trap as well. You've fallen under this trap numerous times in the past throughout my relationship with you, and it's just because of your personality and you being an introvert that you are. You do not have the tendency to trust people or the ability to kind of understand the self-interest and drive behind people's behaviors. Now let me tell you, both you and Journey and Filthy, and don't take this offensively, you need to take some constructive criticism with it. If I can sit here and admit that I'm a fucking asshole and a douchebag, and I'm fucking also extremely narcissistic, then you could take some constructive criticism as well. So here goes. The thing with you two guys, okay, is that you should have had the ability to circumnavigate my self-interest and come to an analytical reasoning as to why I would never trick you. Think about this. I've spent 3 fucking months and hours of my time for the sole intended purposes in which I voluntarily came up to you and offered you a unity in which we would destroy our common enemy. So why would I turn around and stab you in the back? What purpose would that satisfy my self-interest in any way? So let's think about this. What is Ninja's self-interest? He has a self-interest in destroying the enemy. He has a self-interest in empowering himself and giving himself popularity. So we obviously know that I love myself and I want myself to succeed. Would I be the type of person that would purposely engage in an action that would not only lead to destroying all of you, but myself in the fucking process? And the answer is, given me and my desires and what I want and how I behave in all my actions, the answer is fucking no. So you should have already known, and there should have been a doubt in your mind that me tricking you would not have occurred. And you coming to this conclusion is you allowing your emotions to cloud your judgment, and you cannot allow that to happen. You cannot be emotional within the relations of you and other people, and you have to think logically and understand and be able to circumnavigate and analyze their intentions and their self-interest. And this not only gives you the ability to see inside and perceive the minds of what others are thinking, but predict their every move upcoming, which is why I've been able to predict every move of Dapperton and what they're going to do, and why ESO is very talented at doing it also. Okay? So now that we're all on the same page, it doesn't matter that I made a mistake, because Dapperton is already indirectly cohorting with the people who spread around my fake docs anyway, and he knows it's occurring, and he's probably sitting there laughing his ass off. So he's just as guilty as a doxy motherfucker as he would be if he actually did it himself. So we need not to make any apologies. We need not to go back and correct what we said, because if we do make a big deal of this little molehill, you will turn it into a mountain, and the opposition is looking exactly for that. Because the memes that I have been looking at recently, particularly the meme of me shaking Eso's hands with a knife in my hand, smiling, ready to stab him in the back, This is their new defense. That Ninja is manipulating everybody around him in an effort to bring down the ANCAP and the other communities that he hates, with him in the end left standing while everybody burns. And that's exactly what they want you to believe. And not only do they want you to believe that, Red and Filthy, they know that you're emotionally inclined and you have the ability to fall into that trap. And that's what led you to thinking so, by listening to the rhetoric of the people around you who are getting inside your head. And not only that, but included in top of what I said, let's see, where am I? I'm losing my train of thought. God, I need another energy drink. The situation as it stands is because they want that to be the popular rhetoric. They are looking at anything right now, any little speck of dust to exaggerate, to prevent us from releasing the Tsar Bomba. So given the fact that ESO already confirmed that Dapperton never fucking apologized for any slander or accusations or mistakes he made, we don't need to also either. And this idea inside your head, Filthy, that our integrity and our honesty matters is a false idea. And the reason why it's a false idea is, as I've told you, the integrity and honesty of our personalities has nothing to do with the evidence that we are releasing. Because the evidence that we are releasing is a material item void of any physical attachment to the people who are releasing it.
Yeah, but there's something that you're not taking into consideration. If you do account for your mistakes and you do come forward and say that you made a mistake, then people will be more inclined to trust you because they know that you're honest.
Yes.
Here's the thing about that.
I don't agree with that, but this is how we're gonna. I'll let you speak in a second, Red. I don't agree with that, but I cannot do that until after we release the Tsar Bomba. So this is how we're gonna play this game. This is the safest way to play this. We're going to see how much. We're going to see. Okay, people don't know I made this mistake yet. So there's an old expression: what mommy don't know, don't hurt her. Okay? So the thing is that if they don't know this, they can't accuse me of being dishonest because they never knew. But if one of you go around saying it, then I'm going to have to address it. And if I have to address it, I would rather not address it until the podcast that takes place after the release of the Tsar Bomba, because after the release of the Tsar Bomba, nobody will give a fuck about whether we're honest, integrous, or not, because they'll be looking at the evidence and they'll know it's real, and they won't give a fuck about anything else. Okay?
Yeah.
So
okay, that sounds good.
What?
Yeah, that sounds good. We're close enough to the Tsar Bomba that we don't have to engage in any more of the drama right now.
Yes, and not only that, we have enough evidence for the Tsar Bomba that. You see, the reason why this mistake was made is because I was engaging in a tricky honeypot scheme to prove that they are doxxers. And my honeypot trickery was not a fucking mistake because I did prove they were doxxers. They sucked up the fucking evidence, they thought it was real, and they spread it around, and Dapperton even worked with them. So my trickery led to exposing the actuality of who these people are to you and everybody around me. Okay? Nobody knows that but you right now, you three, but that doesn't matter. Because the reason why I did that is to prove to you that these people are fucking scum, and I did, and that's why I did it, okay? But if we get into these issues, this whole apologetic fashion, it's like when the president apologizes for making a mistake. Oh, just apologize for what you did, everything will be okay. No, nothing's ever okay. There's times where you don't want to admit guilt.
Yeah, I know that. There are times where it's strategically more beneficial to just say nothing. But I figured that might...
Let me stop you there.
Exactly.
I want to talk about something I did. This was about a year ago. I got involved in some, drama with Batman's Productions again. And I decided to do the apology route. And did he give me any forgiveness? Fuck no. He didn't even bring it up.
It's not supposed to be. Hold on. It's not supposed to be for them. It's not supposed to. Dude, it's not supposed to.
You know what? I need to change on this. I need to fucking change.
It's not. You do. Listen to me, Jeremy.
Dude, wait. It's not supposed to appeal to the people that you're having a disagreement with. It's for the audience.
Okay, listen to me. When Journey admitted that he made a mistake, he lost his audience and his YouTube channel went down the drain because the opposition will get that mistake and your admittance of guilt, and they will blow it up and turn it into the fashion that you did it on purpose. They will spin everything you say. So it's better to not admit that you made a mistake, even if it was an honest mistake, because they will spin it and use it against you to make you look like you're a liar and that you're lying and you didn't make a mistake and you did it on purpose. And that's what they did to Journey. And I fucking told him not to do that, and he didn't listen to me, and he paid the fucking price with his YouTube channel and everything fucking else, and he's still paying for it. I told him not to do it, and I know what I'm talking about, and it already happened to him, and he's right. And you do need to change on this. You have to take my advice more than you don't take it enough. I obviously have an innate ability to understand people at a psychological level and predict what they're going to do and their true intentions beyond what most people have, because my ability to see through people's true self-interest, and people are going to do what's best for them. And I truly understand and know how people work. And this is why every time I've warned you not to do something, Journey, it worked against you. I have a tremendous amount of experience in this field. This is why I was so good at working security. This is why I have the money I have. Everything that I do involves people. And this is why I'm so good at coordinating with you guys and coming to these compromises and everything else, and having the ability to understand anarchism, okay? And unfortunately, people who are introverted, emotional individuals are not good at this ability. But people like me and ESO who are very logical and hard-headed are, okay? So you have to be willing to listen to me and ESO more often.